I think, just not to cut you off, but like in these discussions that I've been having with producers where we're all making these mixing, mastering buses based on our preferences. And like personally, I'm able to work faster because it's going through something that I'm like, I know this sounds good and I can shape it the way I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very much a produce with the master bus on kind of guy. I for some reason used to look down on that because I think there's some purist thing of like, if you mix with that on, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Put it on and it'll sound great and it'll sound like you too.
Yes, 100%.
So the things in there for me, I've got the dangerous converters, both A to D and D to A at the beginning and the end. And then I've got the SSL Fusion box, which
that thing's great.
It's just, you can, I kind of wanted to look down on it given that it's an all-in-one.
Yeah.
It sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And it's so useful and they really put a lot of thought into it. And I know what the settings I like are. And then I have the SSL Bus Plus compressor, which is also unbelievable. Yep. You want to talk about the word glue.
That's what it does. I mean, there's a reason why there's countless emulations of it.
Yeah, like the glue, the compressor, which I use all the time.
Yeah, great plugin.
Like I can go up to 6, maybe even 8 dB of reduction on the master, and it sounds amazing.
That's incredible.
Those two pieces of gear are amazing. And then I have a whole host of digital things after that in the master bus. Those pieces of gear are big for me.
Yeah. Since we're talking about master bus, what are you mostly using, if you are doing it, but I'm assuming you are, for clipping and limiting on the master bus?
So after the analog chain, which comes first, I will have Pro Q3 after that, which is mostly just analysis to see what's happening. Right. Sometimes I'll roll off some low end, but I'm not a subby guy. Right. I don't like subby mixes. I'll roll off probably much more aggressively than people would.
Yeah, I love sub in my mix. Yeah, but that's a taste thing.
It's a taste thing. And then I will have Ozone 11 doing, I'll use the maximizer in there. I'll use the dynamics module in there, which is really great. Good. Yeah. And then I will have Oxford Inflator, and I will go 100%.
Damn.
I'll do it to 100%. Yeah.
I'm gonna go into like 16 or 17%.
100%. You feel like you shouldn't do it. It's amazing.
All right. I'll mess around with that.
But but again, up to taste.
Right.
I like a very warm, saturated mix. Yeah. And then, it also just helps so much with volume at the end of the day. And then I will occasionally use Golfos, but not often. And then if I'm doing a more modern mix, I'll put OTT on there at like 7-8%.
Damn.
And it does something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like what it does, sometimes I don't, because there's something with the width that it does that I don't think it's meant to do.
Right.
But it always feels a little bit more narrow, which is fine most of the time because I'm not a huge fan of super wide mixes anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I will have sometimes a clipper. I'll use the either what is it called? K-clip. It's the Kazarov one.
Yeah, K-clip's great.
Or standard clip. But I think standard clip is the best one.
It's classic. I just got on a new one that's made by Acoustica Audio, Ash Clipper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, and I only bought it because I mentioned Dave a lot on this podcast because he's the person who I work with the most. But you also know Dave. Dave got me onto it, and because we work together so much, I just kind of had to pick it up. But it's good.
Yeah,
I'm like getting. Not that loudness is the most important thing, but I think when we're trying to impress A&Rs, it's pretty damn
I care about loudness.
Important. And like I've been able to get to like consistently like -8 to -7 LUFS on the mixes, and like it doesn't sound like I'm like going crazy on
slamming it. Yeah, that's I get that. I had to work the other way because for me, from the dance music days, like I learned how to get like
you can get really damn
-4, -5. Like that was if you do that with the kind of music I'm making now. It almost always sounds, you can think that it sounds good when you're doing it,
right?
But then you listen to it against other people's mixes. And the philosophy that I have now, which, the phrase that I like to use is I want to make mixes that you want to turn up and not turn down.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I, for a long time, made mixes that were like, you're kind of trying to force the song into someone's ears. Like,
right.
This will be loud no matter what volume you play it at.
Right.
And I realized as a listener, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like it at all.
I'm the same way. I like to be able to turn something up if I'm like, oh, okay, like bring it down. If it gets a little too loud at a part, like, all right, I'll bring it.
Like tickle it a little bit.
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
It feels, it's not pleasant. And I've learned that I can do it. Like for a while, I think it was like I wanted to know how Skrillex got his songs so loud.
Yeah.
And, obviously he's unbelievable, but that didn't serve me anymore. So
no, I think it's also easier to do when you don't have like a vocal to worry about. And when you want the vocal to sit on top, we're making pop music.
Yeah.
It's all about that vocal, not about crazy sounds that you can really slam and it's like it still sounds cool.